So, what was that? Y'all just came out the yard. What's going on, JTXP? I see you. Who is God? What's going on with your Kwanzaa, Gerard? Fat Boy 48. What's happening? I see you, Ty. I'm gonna pull you in right now. I just came out the yard, doing yard work. You know, it's that time of the year. I'm doing farm work. You understand me? So, yeah, that's where we at. What's going on, Ty? What's happening?
What's that?
Shit, man. Decided to wash up real quick because it's out in the yard getting ready for the new growing season and all of that. What's happening with you, Sharad? What's going on, Sharad? One, I see you. Oh, D-Tech Boy Wonder, I see you. What's happening with you? So I wanted to play the joint because a lot of people aren't that joint. That joint dropped about 3 weeks ago that I know, and he tears into Trump's themes. He laid it out. And it's crazy that that song is not way more popular. Have you ever heard it before?
No.
Yeah, it's crazy. That this is how you know that these companies, I mean, y'all have to understand with the whole media move, man. Firstly, let's let them know what it is, man. You know, welcome to the We Poppin' Son show. I'm your co-host, Kabari, the Mind Plug.
And I'm comedian Tom Mills.
And this is We Poppin' Son, the number one father and son talk show in the world. Tell me they can catch us, son.
You can find us on iHeartRadio at
Blazing 420
Blazing
is the name.
420 at WPAM
That's correct. That is
Radio.
correct. That's right.
And on
Blazing
YouTube
420 WPM on iHeart. That's right.
and on YouTube at comedian Tom Mills and at Cavario the Mind Plug.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So there's so much going on with the world changing in ways that it's really difficult to put it into some type of a succinct perspective, you know, and it's on purpose that it's like that. It's on purpose that there's so much going on that it's difficult to try to put the overall situation into a cognizant framing, you know. So I think it's elephant you got to eat a bite at a time. I think one of the more important things for people to understand is Larry Ellison and what Larry Ellison has been doing. And for those of you who don't know who Larry Ellison is, y'all been hearing about they forced the sale of TikTok. And he was behind that. Larry Ellison I think he's the number one donor to the IDF. And if you somehow magically don't know who the IDF is, the IDF is the Israeli Defense Forces. Those are the motherfuckers over there killing up all the babies and shit. You
I
know,
thought that was the
shooting.
thing that the woman put in her vagina and she don't have no more babies.
and them shits don't work. If they worked, then Chaz wouldn't be here if they worked. Okay? Yeah, they do not work. You're talking about IUD.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah.
he was born with the IUD. Your brother Chaz was born with the IUD on his forehead. He came out like, somebody lost this.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it didn't work. So, yeah, the IDF is the Israeli Defense Forces, and Larry Ellison is the number one fucking donor for them, right? So, dude has been collecting media conglomerates, like the moves these guys are making, bro. The moves they're making are, I guess, unfathomable to most people, but they will impact pretty much everybody in this country. I don't know what level of outside of society. Like, I don't know whether you got to be like in a cardboard box. Probably, maybe a person in a cardboard box won't be impacted by what these guys are doing. You know what I mean? Because they're not connected to anything, right? Presumably, you're in a cardboard box. You don't have anything. There's nothing for you to lose, right? But if you have anything that you value, then it's yeah. So what dude did, right? What he did, he founded Oracle, and Oracle is a software development company, and they do the database software, all kind of stuff, whatever. So mainly what they've been doing is they're the ones behind those, I believe they're the ones behind flock cameras. Those cameras everywhere that record everything everybody's doing, your license plate and all that, where you going, where you been, and how
How long
frequently
you
you
was in the
go,
area?
all that type of shit, right? He's a guy that made this statement that when everybody is under surveillance, then nobody will misbehave. You understand? Like this kind of thinking. Now, you got one mind that says, "Oh, I'm not doing nothing." So basically, I don't care if I have no privacy. I don't care if I'm being monitored and watched 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because I got nothing to hide. But what they don't understand is, one, you're probably breaking some kind of law that you don't think is much of a law, or you don't think is a law at all, firstly. And at the point at which there's so much control and so much observation and surveillance that people are policed at the micro level, then your ability to, roll through a stop sign as opposed to stopping at a stop sign, or your ability to any little thing that regular people do that don't think is no big deal, which is a whole bunch of shit. At the point that these people get the level of surveillance state that they want, you won't have the liberty to do even the most minute of infractions based upon, what is legal and not legal, whatever. And with the systems that they're setting up, they'll be able to punish you without coming into contact with you. They'll be able to disenable your finances. You won't be able to go to certain places and spend your money because you jaywalked, and you jaywalked so many times. So for now, till they tell you you can't go to a bar, or you can't go to the mall, or you can't go to the supermarket. I mean, you can go, but you won't be able to buy anything because they've cut your card off and you can't buy shit. Like, this is the world that these people are really trying to create. And they're making leaps and bounds in creating it. It's not like it's some far-fetched, far off, unattainable thing. They are making actual moves. They got the technology. They've got the monetary resources. They've got the control over existing systems that people rely on for their daily existence. They've got the legal components to not only enable them to do the things that they're doing, but to prevent them from having to deal with consequences of any kind of constitutional violations, any kind of statutory violation, anything, like whatever they could possibly get in trouble for. They've put into place the necessary relationships and connections and control where they don't have to worry about consequences. Like shit like Roundup, Monsanto, being held accountable for poisoning people and giving people cancer with this shit. Like, or pharmaceutical companies giving people drugs that have side effects that cause all kinds of outrageous shit. they're positioning themselves in a way where there is, and I mean, they really are working on these things and getting a large amount of these things done where there's no accountability. We can poison you all we want, kill you all we want, and there's no accountability. You can't sue us or anything. Can't do any of that. This is what is being put into place actively every day. Something that I recently came into contact with this situation. So much shit, bro. It'll come to me. Something really fucking nefarious. It'll come to me. Like, it's so much shit these people are doing. Like, these are names y'all need to know. You need to know Stephen Miller. You need to know, more importantly, Yarvin. I've mentioned it before. You need to know who this motherfucker is. You need to know what he is, who he is, what he's about, and who he is influencing, who he is guiding and advising. You may not know his name, but the people who are in the positions that I'm talking about that are buying up all of the media companies, all of the film companies, all of the radio stations, all of the film studios. It's every fucking thing. The digital networks. And there's Zionists, which means they don't give a fuck about nobody but them. If you're not one of them, this is what's really happening. This is the stuff you don't see. This is the stuff that if you don't look, you won't find and you won't know about. Now, what about the stuff that you can find and that you can know about? Like this stuff here, where what has Larry Ellison purchased in terms of media companies? Because it's a long fucking list, bro. A long ass list of major shit that provides all of the entertainment and everything else that you have been getting all your life. So Skydance Media in 2025, right? Which is Paramount. CBS and CBS News. MTV, Comedy Central, Nickelodeon, BET, and other cable brands. Right now, Paramount Skydance is in a bid for Warner Brothers.
Yeah, they just purchased them.
That's in process.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers Discovery Channel, all that, right?
And for those of you who don't know, this is Larry Ellison and his son David. They control all of these platforms because they know that if they control platforms like CBS News and CNN, that would be their biggest direct form of censorship. CBS is one of the big three broadcast networks aside from ABC and NBC, reaching tens of millions of homes that don't even have cable. And CNN is still the default TV news in airports, waiting rooms, and households that think they're watching neutral news. Controlling those news networks allows the Ellisons to set the national agenda, dictating what gets covered and what gets ignored, like ICE brutality, billionaires consolidating media companies, and the genocide in Gaza. They can also control the framing of immigration, protests, wars, elections, and deplatform political figures and movements that they don't like. But not everyone watches the news, so of course they needed to also control BET, MTV, Comedy Central, Nickelodeon, and Showtime. It's more subtle, but more dangerous long term, because these networks don't tell you what to think. They tell you what's cool, what's funny, what's normal, and who matters. The Ellisons controlling BET, for example, can try to shape black cultural identity, black political consciousness, and what black excellence looks like on TV. With MTV, they can try to dictate youth culture, music, fashion, values, and who gets amplified. With Nickelodeon, they reach children before they can even critically think. With Comedy Central, they can control political satire, who gets mocked, who gets humanized, and dictate what's a joke versus what's serious. And controlling Showtime means controlling premium prestige storytelling, which historical narratives get dramatized, and whose stories get told. In their minds, if they can control culture, they can control consensus. But they also have Warner Brothers Studios, Paramount Pictures, New Line Cinema, and DC Studios. These studios produce the stories that define American identity, heroism, villainy, and history. The Ellisons controlling these platforms can decide which historical events get dramatized, control which superheroes and archetypes become cultural icons, shape how war, government, and protests are depicted on screen, greenlight or kill films about inconvenient topics, and also influence global perception of America and American values. Two of the biggest film studios in history under one family means they literally write the propaganda and myths America tells itself. And that leaves the other networks that seem like fillers, like Pluto TV or the Free Press, HBO Max, Discovery, the Food Network, TNT, TBS. Those networks seem harmless, but they aren't. The Ellisons controlling those can occupy leisure time with passive, apolitical content, keeping people distracted and disengaged, and they also control the streaming landscape, so independent voices have no platform to compete on. In their minds, if they keep people watching renovation shows and true crime, they won't be worried about Trump and MAGA destroying the country.
See, because people don't pay attention to media, they just consume it as customers, viewers, listeners, they don't really pay attention. It's like not paying attention to the oxygen that you breathe, but knowing that without it, you'll fucking die. But you don't think about it. You don't get up going, okay, yeah, it's still here. You don't even think about it. It's an ever-present thing. It was present from the point you came into existence and had no idea it existed to the point you find out, oh, oxygen, that's what I'm breathing, you know. It's there. You just don't really pay attention. Well, these companies, HBO, HBO Max, CNN, TNT, TBS, Cartoon Network, TikTok, these things are just there. Every which way you turn, whether you're looking at your television or looking at your computer or looking at your phone, if people aren't looking at the road or looking at the inside of their eyelids, they're looking at their phone, their computer, or their television. Most people. And every bit of what is being fed to you through those devices is being provided by Warner Brothers, Paramount, Discovery, HBO, CNN, TNT, TBS, TikTok. And you're talking about a single small group of people own all of this shit. And they are not your friends. Not even almost. To them, you're not even a human. Dead serious. To them, you are Goyim. That's what you are to them. You're cattle, human cattle. That's what you are to them. And they are not quiet about that. And they've gotten so bold. That's why this thing is happening in Iran like it is right now, because they've gotten to a point where they're so bold with their shit, they don't even have to hide no more. If you look at some of the things that they're saying in the open, you realize, and I've even seen some of them say things like that. Like, we don't even have, we've got shit so tied and so locked down that we don't even have to hide no more. That's what they're saying. Out and open. We don't even have to hide anymore. That's how much of a chokehold we got shit in. They feel as though they've got an inescapable grip on everything, on finances, on politics, on legislation, on force, in terms of like things like, I mean, I don't know if y'all really paying attention. Like, ICE is now the most heavily financed paramilitary fucking organization there is. This is a bunch of untrained, the malcontents, the kinds of motherfuckers that went to prison for the January 6th shit, like those type motherfuckers. A bunch of motherfuckers who were like barely literate. You know how many of those motherfuckers have been? Several of them have been rearrested. People who were pardoned for the January 6th. They've been rearrested for child molestation. Multiple of them. Like 4 or 5 of them have been rearrested for child molestation, child rape, child pornography, shit like that. That's the kinds of motherfuckers who are signing up and being brought on to ICE, who now has the largest fucking budget of any enforcement group. If y'all had any understanding of history and how things had been done in other countries throughout history, this is exactly what they did to control all the media and created state-run media, which means the only kinds of stories that you hear are the kinds of stories that the people in charge want you to hear, so that they feed into the ideas that they want you to have. This is happening, like all the shit you've seen in post-apocalyptic movies and, you know, all these movies about companies taking over, like the Umbrella Corporation and Resident Evil and all that. Like, that is really what is happening. Do motherfuckers understand that? It's literally what's happening. That's literally what's happening. Like, you be around regular motherfuckers. Is there any degree of conscious awareness of any of this shit?
We going to war, son. Gas high.
Right.
Cause you know, Obama set it up so he was nice to Iran. So now Trump just doing what Obama wouldn't do. So you know what I'm saying? We're going to World War III. We here now. Niggas is nigga.
So what they apparently, this is something, and I've spoken on this before in many different ways. If you say something like any of the things you just said, yo, son, yo, the gas is about to go up crazy. You know, it's like, okay, you're aware of something. You're aware of an outcome, but you got no, like, being aware of that outcome doesn't drive you to like reverse engineer the outcome. It doesn't make you go, I'm saying, like, why though? The price of gas is going up. I mean, I guess in most instances, niggas are just repeating something they heard somebody else say, right? And I don't know. I have my own ideas about this, but why do people do that? Firstly, why did they say things they heard somebody else say, don't have a real understanding of why they said what they said, but feel as though it's important or it makes them seem important to repeat it, but you don't really understand what it means.
Some people can't exist in silence. Like sometimes we be in the green room at a comedy show, and there be certain niggas around, and it's like it's quiet right now. Nigga tap somebody and be like, "Yo, watch this nigga about to say something." Nigga just say something. Yo, you remember Mike? Remember when Mike used to be alive, man? Niggas used to be wildin', man. We was drinking and smoking. And Mike used to have shit lit. Life was better when Mike was alive. Nigga be like, Mike ain't get nobody no money. And Mike was doing dumb shit. But he was cool. It was like, your brain won't let you just exist around people without saying something. You too dumb. Like, and then you figure if you shut up, people might recognize that I'm stupid.
So basically, motherfuckers is doing whatever they think they can do to distract people.
Yes.
To keep people from noticing that there's nothing about them. Okay. All right. So when a motherfucker say, yo, man, yeah, price of gas about to go, nigga, we about to go to war, you know, World War III, whatever, it's like, okay, but why? Like, why? Why are we at war? And how does the fact we're at war impact all of these other factors, like the price of gas going up? And of course, do you think about the fact that, like, the price of gas going up isn't going to just affect you when you go to get gas at the pump? It's not going to just be I'm going to have to stop putting 93 in my shit, and I'm going to start putting 87 in my shit now because price is high. Like, do they understand that if the price of gas goes up and everything that you get from a fucking store is delivered there by a fucking truck that runs on fucking gas, do you understand that because the trucks that deliver your food and all the other things you purchase from markets, because the gas is going up, the price for everything that the people who manufacture the shit that you consume from these supermarkets and these different stores, that those people are going to charge more money because they're now paying more for the gas that's moving their products from manufacturing to the point of sale? Like, does that not occur to you?
No, because niggas is still nigga. Niggas still going to the club. Niggas still going to buy bottles. Niggas still going to get hookah. Niggas still going to trick off on their little bitch. Niggas still trying to go to Magic to throw money. Niggas is going to steal nigga. Like, because they be here, and then they'll go to LA where gas is $9, and they'll be
Sure enough.
they just be out there in LA struggling, acting like they lit, and then they go back to where it's less of, it's not $9, it's $3. Nigga like, whoa, at least I'm not paying $9. And they be happy with their chaos just because they know, like somebody said, it's $5 in Miami. Like, somebody else got it worse, so it ain't that bad for me.
Okay. Okay, niggas. Okay, niggas.
Now, when they can't do the shit that they wanted, now when they close the club or they say no more hookah coals is coming out and they ain't got no more hashish, it is no more 1942 and Casamigos and shit. Now niggas gonna be a problem. Niggas can't the shortage of wings. We gonna revolt,
I believe you're right.
nigga.
I believe you're right. I do. I hate that. I hate that you're right. I hate that you're right about this, son. I hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate it, bro. I do. I really do. Fucking hate it, bro. But you're right. And it's kind of, think about it. Like if it's difficult for me, a real nigga from like the real street shit, who's seen, heard it all, and really understand why niggas is like they are. Even I'm struggling to have like empathy or patience with it. And I get it, you know? And I'm like, fuck them niggas. They gonna get what they deserve. And it's gonna be bad, really bad. But fuck them. Because this is what they decided they're gonna do. While the whole fucking world is shifting, you decide you just gonna smoke, drink, fuck off, blow bread, like nothing's changing. While you address the changes. Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Iran is, they fucking shit up. Like, gas price gonna go. It's like, but you don't understand that you need to make a shift. People, all the resources in the world, in light of what's happening, they are making shifts.
But no,
they're making adjustments.
50 bro. Making memes though. Did you see him? Nigga, 50
no.
Making memes. 50
no,
making memes.
I didn't.
That nigga a genius, yo. He the king of the trolls.
So they really, they made niggas so retarded, bro. They made niggas so retarded that niggas have nothing in their heads, nothing at all in their fucking heads, bro. It's just nothing there. It's like niggas they're alive, but they're not alive. They're doing all the things that a living thing does, but they're not actually living. They're not actually alive. Realistically, you could knock off 100,000 niggas, like, from different places, different cities around the country, different little towns. You could literally like knock off 100,000 of them in one night, and the world would not skip a beat. Kill them all. The world would not skip a beat. Now, here I am, a black male who can acknowledge something like that. Imagine you're not one of us. Imagine what goes through your mind as it relates to a scenario like that. It's like, man, fuck them. Fuck them. They're in the fucking way anyway. That's why we're doing this and doing that. Like outrageous shit, my nigga. Outrageous shit. And in a time when we have the most degree of exposure, communication, information, and access, niggas are more ignorant than they've ever fucking been, right? There's 7 motherfuckers in Louisiana, I think it is, who just 7 white male Christians, which means 9 times out of 10 pedophilic, closeted homosexuals with micropenises and severe control issues, who have put forth a bill, HB 570, and what they want is for, and I think it got shut down yesterday, but they don't ever go away. Like I've said to y'all before, when they try to come in with some bullshit and it don't work, they just come back. That don't work, they just come back. That don't work, they just come back. That don't work, they just come. They never fucking stop, because they have the resources. They got the money to just keep fucking trying. And they know you throw enough money at the situation, you're going to eventually circumvent whatever opposition or obstacles you might have. So these motherfuckers put forth a bill, proposed a bill that would make any abortion, any woman that gets any kind of abortion under any circumstance, I don't give a fuck if your grandfather raped you and impregnated you and you're 12, you're going to have that baby, or it's the death penalty for you. It's like some shit out of a movie, right? Don't sound real, do it. 10 years ago, they would have never tried no shit like that. That would have been the quickest way to have everybody you know stop fucking with you, to be a party to that. Right? These are white, male, Republican Christians. And they want to have, and these are pro-life people. Pro-life. But if a little girl gets raped by some sicko, pedophile, pastor, counselor at her Christian school, then she has to have that child. And if she gets an abortion, they want to give it a death penalty. This is not hyperbole. I'm not exaggerating it. This is exactly what the fuck this shit says. Exactly what it says. HB 570. House Bill 570, abortion death penalty. You know, when I do this kind of shit where I share, you know, how I kind of look this kind of stuff up, I'm doing it to encourage you motherfuckers, just in case you're not getting it. Just in case you're not understanding what the fuck, why I'm doing it, to how easy that is. Just pull it up. Just pull the fucking shit up. So HB 570 is a Tennessee bill that has drawn attention because of a proposed amendment that could, in practice, expose women who get abortions to the death penalty. Key points based on recent coverage. Base bill, House Bill 570, paired with Senate Bill 738, is part of Tennessee's post-Roe anti-abortion legislative package. So this is what I've been trying to tell y'all, like everything that Black people have gone to all kinds of extremes to bring into fruition, like, you know, the Voting Rights Act, the Civil Rights Act, all those things. You've had groups of individuals that were in opposition to those things at the point that they were being proposed and pushed and put in place, who never stopped being against them. Never stopped. They do, oh man, they got it. They got the right to vote. You know, they got the right to abortion. They got the right to, have their fucking rights. We give up. No, they did not give up. They did not give up. They just went and figured out ways to consolidate the power that would enable them to come back and do what they wanted to do, or undo what was done that they didn't want done in the first fucking place. Everything. That's what y'all are not paying attention to. And that's why motherfuckers is not, we as a collective are not as active or bothered, I guess, by it. So the amendment, Republican lawmakers, Representative Jody Barrett and Senator Mark Pody, introduced an amendment that would treat abortion as a form of fetal homicide. These are grown motherfuckers that sit around like any other normal person and sit with their families and eat and talk and have regular. These are not motherfuckers sitting around like Dr. Evil somewhere, rubbing their hands and laughing, ominously and talking about they're going to do these. These motherfuckers think that they're doing the right thing. They think they're doing good things. They feel emboldened. They feel empowered by, their their God. So, fetal homicide, giving prosecutors the option to charge women who obtain abortions under Tennessee's homicide statutes. First-degree murder in Tennessee is a capital. So in theory, that charge can carry life imprisonment or the death penalty. That's whatever the circumstances of your pregnancy might be. It might be a situation where it's like, this is a very high-risk pregnancy, and if you go through with this pregnancy, you will more than likely die. Yeah, fuck you. You don't matter. This unborn fetus, that's what matters. I think they're really trying to protect their fucking food supply. They re-up. That's what they wanted. They trying to increase the re-up because what they deal in is children. That's what they deal in. They deal in children and children's parts and the different things that they can harvest from them. Now, if you're not aware of this at this point, you still think that's some theory about a conspiracy, then you are a fucking idiot. Seriously, you have the mind of a child and a retarded child at that. Information is very much out there. Right?
Can a retarded child watch baddies and comprehend?
You keep mentioning baddies. You mention a lot. Like I'm doing the editing and stuff like that, and I'm
Jesus
like,
Christ.
What the fuck is baddies? What is baddies?
Baddies is a TV show where girls compete, and when I say compete, they show up. So
yeah, I got you.
Girls show up to a casting call, and at the casting call, the girls that's already on the show tell them, "Yo, fight her," and then they just start fighting girls randomly.
At the casting call?
At the casting call.
For the show?
For the show.
So the casting is part of the show?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's not, the fact that casting is part of the reality show is not strange, it's content. But, so this fighting thing they encourage, this is a norm? This is a constant thing?
Yes. It's like, it's like Fight Club. It's like girls get on the TV show and they go out to the club, they drink and they smoke, and then they go back to the house and they have Fight Club. They just talk shit to each other, then they just start stalling off on each other, and then they just get out the way and just let them beat each other up.
And what you just explained, that's the show scenario?
Yes, that's the whole show. There's no winner. There's no money given away at the end. You just on TV. You a baddie. You get a baddie chain.
Okay. So circus and bread is what we're talking about.
Yes.
Circus and bread. Okay. If you're not familiar with the term, it's something from ancient Rome. When shit was falling apart and people were beginning to want to revolt, they said, we'll give them circus and bread. So we'll entertain them and give them just enough to not starve to death, and they'll be fine. And it worked. For a while, it worked. And that was, a few thousand years ago almost now. And here we are a few thousand years later, and it's still fucking working. Still working. If you are entertained by something like that, if you give your time and your attention to something like that, if you're an adolescent, then that means that nobody gives a fuck enough about you to be monitoring and protecting your fucking your psyche to make sure you don't watch it. Because I guarantee you, none of my grandchildren watch that. I guarantee that. None of my grandchildren or my children watch that. I guarantee it. Right? So if you're a child and you don't have enough insulation and protection around you, enough structure around you to prevent you from being subjected to that, then I feel sorry for you. That's not your fault. But if you're an adult, you 18, 19, 20 years old, whatever, and you giving your time and attention to that shit, mother made you motherfuck you. Seriously. Now, a person might say, well, what about if they were a child that was subjected to a situation where they didn't have people around them to insulate the stuff like that from stuff like that, and now they're 19, 20 years old? Okay. But at some fucking point, start weighing the benefits of what it is you're giving your time and attention to. And if you spend out of your 16 hours of being awake every day, just on that, sleep 8 hours shit or whatever, which I've never done. But if you're up 16 hours a day and you're at work 8 hours a day, and then, you got another 8 hours of getting to and fro work and relaxing, whatever, at home, whatever. And, say your 4 hours of entertaining yourself and distracting yourself, you're spending, whatever, guilty pleasures, whatever, maybe you get that shit, out a week or, whatever. That's moderation is key to all things. But if you are like watching shit like that, anything, I'm talking about listening to music that contributes to that kind of mindset, or it's entertained, like the kind of mind that would be entertained by this show you're talking about. If you're listening to music that is also on that level, on that frequency, and you are, just basically engaging in that level of a frequency, whether it's your social circle or it's your entertainment space or it's your just the music, whatever you're consuming, and this is what it's consistent of, and you can't weigh how this is useful to you, how this is helping you, and coming to the conclusion that this is a good thing for you, or maybe it's not a good thing. Like I feel sorry for you. I guess I say I feel sorry for you, because I could say, well, lady motherfuck you, but it's like, yeah, there are circumstances, I guess. Like I'm just talking to any adults. You consider yourself a fucking adult, and you are participating in that kind of shit, or giving that kind of shit your time and attention, like, some significant degree of your time and attention. What made you motherfucker? You, in the way, you are a problem. You are the problem. You are the problem. You're part of the fucking problem. Because as long as people are willing to consume that type of shit, there'll be people who are willing to make that type of shit, and people who are willing to participate in that type of shit. I don't imagine that every single girl who is a part of this scenario you're talking about with this show is like a low-life, no-good piece of shit, useless, pointless motherfucker that's not going to contribute anything to society whatsoever, to accept more people like herself. I don't imagine every single one of them are like that. I imagine there are some of them that are sharp, and they're just playing an opportunity or something,
Yeah, I get that too.
But the larger majority of the participants and the people who support that kind of content are the problem. They're the fucking problem, bro. They are the problem. They really are. The only counter I can see to that type of mentality is a person informing themselves, educating themselves, raising their frequency, raising their vibration to the point where not only are they not entertained by that low vibration bullshit, they are vibrating at such a level that it repels it like a bulletproof vest. It makes those who do vibrate at that frequency, or anything, like, not just if a song come on and it vibrates at that frequency, it's like not even a judgment thing. It's just like I'm not feeling it.
That's how I feel when I be hearing that shit. It be like, womp, 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 my ass, right. My pussy, you want to lick it, you give me some money, then you can still. I be like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, this is absolutely nothing. And it's not to hate on the artist is like you not saying nothing. You just like pandering. You buffooning. You're like blackfacing. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, yeah. It's the path of least resistance. You know, it's what appears largely to an ignorant, uninformed mind to be the easiest way to get from being unknown and obscure to being recognized and valued. And I haven't said it in a while, but low self-esteem, remember that shit's it's behind pretty much every fucking thing you see. Like even these cocksuckers at this level, the Bill Gates and Elon Musk. These motherfuckers have low self-esteem, bro. Like I've read their stories. I've profiled them. I've assessed their histories and their developmental circumstances. Human beings, even these soulless cave-born motherfuckers, they have enough human being in them whereas they fall within the same parameters of susceptibility that any other human being does, regardless of what they have or what they don't have or what education or what information. Human beings is a certain condition that is particular to human beings, period. And a sense of self, a sense of self-worth and value isn't a key component of development, direction, attention, and purpose for every fucking human being, bro. Every human being will benefit or suffer for having or not having someone saying, I love you, you are valuable, you are what's important, not the hat you're wearing or the coat you got on or the designer who made the shoes that you were able to acquire. You are the value. Nice outfit, nice car, great jewelry. But none of that shit is worth more than you, right? People who do not get that degree of esteeming from the point that they are developing, from that point where they begin to become aware of their existence as it relates to the rest of the world. Those kinds of things at those points, 4, 5, 6 years old, where they start going to school and being around other people and looking at the dynamics that other people have and being drawn to different people for different reasons and wanting to have those people's attention and reciprocation of value and regard. Those points, if at those points in a person's life, they aren't being given a adequate degree of validation, there's going to be a deficit in them. There's going to be something missing. There's going to be a hole in them where their esteem should be. And no matter what their circumstances, whether they're born to rich people, successful people, educated people, or not, that void, that missing thing, will be the primary driver for everything they do, say, think, believe. Because without that sense of self-worth, without that sense of value and validation, nothing else, the jewelry don't shine as bright. A person whose esteem is strong and healthy, their jewelry shines brighter. Their car shines brighter. Their clothes fit better. Because they are adorning it. It is not them. The car, they're not an accessory to the car. They're not an accessory to their jewelry. They're not an accessory to their clothes. Those things are their accessories. They're the shit. And everything about them exudes it. Like I always say, you can find me butt naked on the boulevard in a full beard and barefoot. But if you do not address me and greet me with regard and respect and look me in my eyes and show regard, you're going to deal with the person I am, not the person that doesn't have shoes or a haircut or clothes. You're going to deal with the person I am. You're not going to be like, yo, man, that nigga wasn't even wearing nothing, man. He didn't have on no nice shit or nothing like that. He just beat the dog shit out of me. He wasn't supposed to be able to do that because look what I'm driving. Look what I'm wearing. How could he possibly outdo me? Because independent of all that shit, he still is him. With or without, that man or that woman, they still are who they are. And you can't give them nothing that they don't call for, and you can't take nothing from them that's theirs. Because you got more. They're not going for it. They're not going for it. They will take you from what you have. They will take you from what possesses you, which most people are possessed by the things they have because they have low self-esteem. And without those things, they are nothing. There's an old saying that goes, some people are so poor, all they got is money. People who hear that think that's cute, funny, but not really catch the whiz in it.
Shit, give me the money. I'd rather be the poor with money, nigga.
That is something that a person with low and no self-esteem would say. But when you live in a society, grow up in a society where up is down and on is off and left is right, then backward shit is frontward shit. When niggas say, yeah, fuck that, you give me the, I'd rather have the money and no friends, no family, nobody that like me or give a fuck about me, nobody that care about me, care whether I breathe or don't breathe or go to jail. Ask Puff. Ask Puff how he feel with all that bread. Because he can only spend $300 a month. But ask him how he feel. I bet that motherfucker's like, you know what? I'll give it all back. Let me out of here right now. Because I believe I can get it back again. But y'all can have it all. Can I get out of here? Can I leave? Can I have the one thing that actually fucking matters? My liberty? Can I be not a slave? Because I'm a slave right now. I'm a slave. Based upon the Constitution, I'm a slave. And I can't do shit for nobody, so nobody gives a fuck about me. So, we can go on and on, man.
Nigga Diddy in there making niggas go back to their bed because he in the shower with that cocaine.
With that what?
He in the shower with the cocaine. You ain't hear Boosie talk about how he walked in on the nigga in the shower. He like, man, I ain't know about the cocaine in jail, man. Niggas had the cocaine out there. I woke up early in the morning. I walk in the shower, nigga riding the fuck out of nigga dick, man. I'm like, God damn, bro. I went to my lawyer. I was like, hey, man, y'all gotta get me y'all gotta get me the fuck up out of here. I can't do this.
I'm confused, son. What the fuck is the cocaine got to do with the punk shit?
The cocaine is the signal for the punks to let them know, yo, nigga in here. It's like the sock on the door. It's like the do not disturb.
Oh, okay.
nigga.
Yeah. Niggas get real innovative when they get to prison. They can't figure out a way to stay out of prison. When they get in prison, they'll become fucking rocket scientists.
For real.
Like, what the fuck, bro? Cocaine.
I seen a nigga light a blunt, wheezing a hole. A nigga lit a blunt with a battery and a piece of metal. I was like, y'all niggas is crazy. And then another nigga set the hole on fire. I was like, yeah, this is crazy.
Of course, because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing. They're just doing something. They see another nigga did. Don't understand any other principles impacting this experience at all. Nothing at all. Like, bro, like I know people, they've always been, and for the most part, people have been stupid historically, for the most part. Like, I'm a history head, as you know, and I read all kinds of fucking history, all kinds of history, ancient history from thousands and thousands of years ago, before the idea of a Christian and all that ever existed, or any that kind of shit ever existed, all type of shit. Right? Human beings have always been pretty much stupid. Most. Like, for real. If you look at the things that people have done throughout history, it's always been like a small group of people, like 2, 3 motherfuckers, been running mad game on the majority of everybody else. Like, controlling thousands and thousands of fucking people. And it's just usually one little motherfucker. One little Bill Gates ass, Larry Ellison ass, JD Vance ass type motherfucker, Yarvin ass type motherfucker, Steve Miller type motherfucker, motherfuckers like that. And I think it has something to do with them being so outside of their minds that they say things that most people would be like, that's got to be true. Like, who the fuck would say something like that if it wasn't true? Gotta be true. People underestimate the depravity of human beings. It's like what Lopez said in Scarface when he said, never underestimate the other guy's greed. Never underestimate the other guy's greed, bro. Seriously, you're not dealing with you. You're dealing with them. You gotta assess them on what they are demonstrating and showing you, and not trying to frame what they're doing in something that would be your motivation for doing it. You have to believe people when they show you who they are, no matter how much you like to believe that every depraved, crazy motherfucker is in a asylum some fucking where. Because that's what they tell you on TV, right? On TV, they tell you everybody that commits a crime within 45 minutes is going to be caught. At the end of this episode, they're going to be caught, no matter how elaborate the crime. If it's really elaborate, then it might take 2, 3 episodes, but they're going to get caught.
Nigga, even in Batman, them niggas be back out the insane asylum.
Right.
Like, at what point did you be like, you know what, Scarecrow? You fucked up a whole school of kids. We about to let you out of here.
Yeah. How about we just drop you in a motherfucking hole? How about that? Fuck a cell. How about we just drop you in a hole with sheer walls, and every now and then, piss down there so you have something to drink, and shit down so you have something to eat, and fuck you. How about that? Why you keep letting these motherfuckers go? why you ain't killed the Joker yet?
Yeah.
You see? But as it relates to these circumstances that are going on with, these people whose names I've mentioned, that it behooves you guys to familiarize yourself with, I'm telling you, pay attention, bro. Or pay everything else. I'm gonna leave you with that. I wish I could talk more, but I find myself thinking, who the fuck am I talking to? These niggas can't read. Like, who the fuck am I talking to? Like, these motherfuckers can't comprehend. Like, they haven't adapted a new brain cell. If they're 30, they haven't probably adapted a new brain cell since they was like 19. And whatever brain cell they did have, they've been killing them in every fucking way they possibly could. I don't know. Maybe we should just gather ours, circle our wagons, and just separate, like, do what I'm doing. Really separate ourselves from people, bro. And just let motherfuckers do whatever they're gonna do. Just do it the fuck away from us. That's it. Just don't come around here. Come around here. It's on site. It's on site. No niggas. That's it. That's it. No niggas. For real. Because they don't serve no purpose except for kindling. Niggas burn real good. Keep you warm. But other than that, they ain't got no fucking purpose. If they ever have, they have no more. There's no more purpose for niggas. So stop aspiring to being niggas. Real ones, street ones, crazy ones, gangster ones, whatever kind of nigga you think is of value. There are no valuable niggas. Period. The valuable nigga is a misnomer. It doesn't exist. That's it. 8 minutes over. Fuck them all.
Well, this has been another episode of We Poppin' Son Talk Show. I appreciate y'all watching. I'm comedian Ty Mills, and this is Cavario the Mind Plug.
Yeah.
This is Z100.
And catch us on Blazing 420 on iHeartRadio, man, or on YouTube at Cavario the Mind Plug or comedian Ty Mills. You know, make sure you hit that notification bell and that subscribe button, you know. And yes, I'm gonna just keep it dial wild with y'all, my nigga. Like, you know, y'all tapping in for some real shit and some non-nigga shit. You know, you can tap in with 1,000 other motherfuckers gonna talk stupid shit all day. Yo, what about the basketball team? What about the football player? And what about the rapper nigga? And I got a mouth full of dick about all these fucking people. Like, yo, fuck you and them. This ain't that. That's not what we do here. Y'all keep on riding that until that run the fuck out, and it's gonna run out. When motherfuckers aren't able to, you know, eat for real, it's gonna run out. I don't know if y'all have been paying attention. Y'all not paying attention. Y'all not paying attention. Y'all don't pay attention to the bat crack you across your motherfucking bridge of your nose. That's when y'all pay attention. Well, it's coming, motherfuckers. So brace up. It's coming. It's fucking coming. Niggas. Remember, think critically so you can live wonderfully. Love you, son.
Love you too, Pop.
Peace.